And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and Cardano analysis video. Now, I'm going to be keeping this one primarily focused on TA, okay? Because right now, at this very juncture in the market, we're seeing charts just rife with opportunity right now. For those of you who have just the basic foundations of TA and you have a risk management system, seedlings, I'm talking to you guys, this is the time that you guys need to be hunting for opportunities. Because trust me, there are a lot of amazing swings to be had. So we are going to be focusing on TA today. Now, before we get into today's agenda, I do have one housekeeping thing that I wanted to mention, and that is this. The Mango dashboard now has a 7-day free trial that you can sign up for. Okay, that way you guys can give every single premium feature of the dashboard a nice test drive. Okay, that includes everything on this interface of the dashboard, okay, which shows you all of the trends, in addition to all of the premium features on the Mango view, where you can now turn on those automatic support and resistance regions drawn out for you by the algorithm, okay, which is actually very, very cool. So yeah, for those of you who are not aware, you can now go ahead and give the dashboard a proper test drive. Alrighty, with this we can get into today's agenda. Now, the first point on today's agenda, guys, is going to be the macro bull market signals. And I've been going over this primarily to keep our biases at bay. What we need to understand is that we're emerging out of a bear market. But is this an emergence or is this just a relief rally? Right? Now, we have our macro bull market signals that we will be keeping track of to really give us a tell on just that. Now, for the second point on today's agenda, we'll be going over the next bullish target for Bitcoin, because understanding the next bullish target will also help us understand the next potential resistance that we could see to the upside. Okay, for the third point on today's agenda, we'll be talking about potential pullback opportunities. For the fourth part of today's agenda, guys, we'll be talking about Cardano USD, because I just noticed a point of resistance that the bulls managed to reclaim on Cardano. A point of resistance that it has been trying to reclaim over and over and over again since the beginning. Okay, we're talking about October 2021, since the beginning of the bear market. This is the first time since then that they have actually managed to reclaim this region of resistance. Now, this could be a trade opportunity, and that's why I want to bring it up to your attention today. Alrighty, so this is going to be the agenda, and of course, I will be including timestamps below. Now, before I get into the TA, guys, if you guys have been liking the content that Sean and I have been putting out, make sure to smash that like button. But hey, if you want to wait until the end to see if you derive any value from here whatsoever, then by all means, you can wait until the end. So with this, let's jump in. So we'll be starting off with the macro bull market signals. Now, as far as the signals that I brought up with you guys so far, there's a total of 4. Right? However, if you're someone in the Mango Seed program, I have actually included a list in the Discord chat. That way you guys can keep up with what it is that we are looking at. Okay, Sean and I, we've added to the list to tell you about the macro signatures that we have found so far. Okay, and they've worked out very, very well. So I will be updating this list as soon as we get more confirmations. So if you guys want to keep up, by all means, you can keep up with this list. I will also be creating one for the bear cycle as well. Okay, but hey, feel free to add anything on here if you guys want. You can just duplicate it and add more to your checklist if there's something else that you are looking at and something that helps you with your trading style. Alrighty, so that's that. But for as far as the signals that I brought up with you guys so far, there's a total of 4 here. Okay, one was on the 4-day dynamic. Let's go and just do a quick recap on that. What we were looking for over here was 2 consecutive candle closes over the 4-day dynamic indicator. Okay, not only do we have that now, but we have the dynamic that's turned green, as well as the tempo that's gone off, telling us that, hey, bullish momentum is picking up and mounting. Right, the last time we got these many consecutive closes over the 4-day dynamic was only here. This was during the bull market phase, right, where Bitcoin was still hovering at around $57,000. Okay, this is the first time since then that we've had so many consecutive 4-day candle closes over the dynamic. So this was the first signal. The second partial signal that's gone off is actually on the weekly dynamic. Now, what we were looking for here, once again, 2 consecutive closes over the weekly Mango dynamic indicator. Now, the last time we lived over this indicator, guys, was when? Let's go back. Bitcoin was sitting at 52.9K. Okay, every attempt at reclaiming the dynamic was met with resistance. Resistance here, right? Resistance here. Now, this is the first time since then that we've actually managed to reclaim it. However, I stick to my confirmation rules. When I say confirmation, I want to see 2 consecutive candle closes over the Mango Dynamic Indicator. For now, we only have 1. However, if this week's candle closes over the dynamic, that is going to be our confirmation, at which point we will then have a good 2 out of 4 bull market signals that have gone off. Remember why we're keeping track of this? Because people, guys, are still in disbelief that, you know what, we've seen this crazy rally to the upside, but this is likely just a relief rally in the middle of a macro bear market. But at what point do you now set your bearish biases aside? Right? Because if you are not able to set your bearish biases aside when the reversal takes place, you are going to be missing out on a once in a cycle opportunity for investing at these levels, plus taking some amazing swing trades to the upside. But the biggest loss is going to be this, investing on those long-term hodls. If you miss out on your allocation because you're not able to set your biases aside, guys, that is going to be a major loss. Okay, that's why we're keeping track of the macro bull market signals. This has an objective to it. Okay, that's why I will be going over these signals with you guys on a daily basis. So I'll be keeping a lookout on this confirmation going off. Alrighty, now with this we can jump into point number 2, which is Bitcoin's next bullish target. Now I'll be honest with you, I did bring up a target to your attention in the last video. That target has not changed. It is the same target. I mean, it would be weird if the target kept changing, right? But I wanted to bring this up to your attention today primarily because, well, if Bitcoin does break out from here once again to the upside, we see additional strength on this chart. That target then would also prove as resistance, as we're seeing right here. You need to understand all 3 lines on my chart, guys. For those of you who have been diligently following my analysis, these were all initially targets. Before price even got down to these levels, I had extrapolated these levels for you from price action. Okay, so once again, you'll see that the 2 most recent targets I brought to your attention was 20.8K, which price got up to. We saw a mini rejection right here and then continuation, right? That was the first target. The second target was 22.8K. From the last video, I told you guys that, hey, if I'm looking for further upside from Bitcoin, I want to see strength on this region. What do I mean by strength? I want to see consecutive closes over 22.8K. Now, question is, did we get those consecutive closes, right? If I take you guys on over to the daily time frame, how has the daily been faring at 22.8K? And not very good, right? Not a single confirmed close, not a single candle close over 22.8K. How about the 12-hour time frame? Anything on there? Nope. Not a single close, even on the 12-hour time frame. Okay, $22,813. If you want to go ahead and take note of the number, go ahead and do so. Okay, but we're waiting on confirmed closes over this region to now anticipate the next move up. Alrighty, now if we do see strength along 22.8K, right, what is the next target to the upside? For those of you who did not catch it in the last video, well, the next target to the upside, drum roll please, is this. Okay, $25,000. The exact number is $25,030, but that is going to be the next target that I look towards. Okay, now from where price is at right now to $25,000, that's going to be a good 9% to the upside. Now, question is, does Bitcoin actually see strength along this region, right? At what point can we expect strength? At 22.9K. When can we anticipate price actually getting back up over that region? Well, for us to get a good sort of gauge on price action, I always tell you guys this, right? First, try and assess where is this trend being established at, right? What time frame? And for that, when I assess the chart, I can see that this trend is very aggressive, right? So that usually takes me on over to the lower time frames. Now, I primarily am looking at the 4-hour time frame. I think if there's any signature that's being established on Bitcoin's uptrend can be found on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, now I presented 2 signatures to you. One was hinged on the 21 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, and one was hinged on the dynamic. Of course, if I put on the dynamic has been giving you guys some amazing calls in that it's pretty much caught the entirety of the trend, right? Ever since Bitcoin actually started trending, which was back here at 16.6K, every touch of the dynamic was met with a swift pickup, as you can see. Now, we did get one close underneath the dynamic, but no confirmation because the next candle basically took back the level and then once again the next rip up. Now, for as long as Bitcoin lives over the region, over that dynamic cloud, I'm saying that, okay, the bulls are still A-okay, and they can still take this baby up from here. Okay, however, if we lose the dynamic, you need to understand that is the signature, guys. Okay, that is the signature of this prevailing uptrend. If we lose it, that signature breaks, at which point I will be looking for a deeper pullback from Bitcoin. Okay, what is the next level to the downside? Keep it simple, stupid. It's the next region of support, 20.8K. Now, for those of you who don't have access to the dynamic, another decent proxy to, price action actually losing the uptrend signature is the 21 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this too is something that I brought up initially. Once again, it's been sort of marking that entire uptrend. We did get a bit of a fake out right here, okay, at this juncture. However, I think it's been doing a pretty decent job. You can use your EMA in addition to your horizontals to maybe give you some favorable sort of levels to look at, okay, for that signature. But if you mark out the 21 EMA, what I'll be looking for in terms of that zone, I'll be looking for price to break the 21 EMA as well as take out this wick low right here. Okay, which comes in at around 22.3K. That is going to be your region of support that you look towards. If price loses this region of support, I'm saying we're coming back down for a deeper pullback for Bitcoin. Now, question is, what side is Bitcoin really swinging on right now? Is it bullish or is it bearish? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I actually got this trend signal wrong. Okay, now I started flipping bearish here. I looked at this price action, I'm like, that's looking bearish. However, if you guys stuck to the dashboard trend, that kept you very much in your trade. Okay, that did not flip short. So if I had to really recommend anything, I'd say look towards the dashboard to keep you on the right side of the trend during these consolidation phases. Okay, so with that, we can get on over to the dashboard to see what the dashboard is telling us. Now, we know that the trend is being established on the 4-hour time frame, right? So with that information, guys, we can now get on over to our 4-hour time frame and see what the trend is telling us. Right now, the trend is saying that, hey, this is still bullish. Okay, this is still bullish. The bulls are still very much in control. This bullish signal came to us 12 days ago. Think about it. This is the 4-hour time frame. Over the past almost 2 weeks, we've just been long on the 4-hour time frame. That is very strong for the bulls. Okay, now if you're someone who actually managed to catch the signal on the dashboard and took the trade based on that, you're up by a good 27% on that trade. Also known as volatility, sitting at 52. The last time we looked at the 4-hour trend, this vol was sitting at 91 or something, right? Very frothy. So we can see the volatility has also reached like this level of equilibrium, telling us that, hey, if the bulls actually manage to take it up from here, they will have a lot more juice left in them. Okay, so 25K could be on the books for as long as this long signal stays intact. However, if on the 4-hour time frame, now this is what you need to watch out for on the dashboard. If the 4-hour trend flips neutral or short, that's when we know it's time for a deeper pullback for Bitcoin. Okay, at that point, I will be looking towards that 21 EMA and the Mango dynamic to be lost. Okay, but I'm saying look towards the 4-hour trend on the dashboard because that is something that has kept you safe. However, now while the 4-hour trend is saying that, okay, the bulls are still in control, there is something that could be alluding to a potential pullback. Please note my use of words here, okay? Alluding, so it's not confirmed just yet. If you guys look at the flags column, which is your second last column, you'll notice that potential bearish divergence flag has gone off. Okay, now this is the 12-hour time frame. How about the daily time frame? Daily time frame as well. Yeah, the trend is still long across the board, but we're seeing this potential bearish divergence flags really trigger. So now we need to get back into the chart to see at what point will that potential bearish divergence actually trigger. So now we're seeing it on the 12-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame. All right, so we can go ahead and turn on our RSI, and you can see that, okay, we have very clear bearish divergence here as far as price action and oscillators are concerned. So now you can see that we have lower highs on the RSI, but higher highs on price action. So the condition for the trigger is this. Price needs to live under this wick high right here, which comes in at around $23,362. And also, okay, notice the operator words I'm using right here. And also take out this wick low right here. Okay, so for as long as we do that, I'm saying that bearish divergence to the downside then triggers on the 12-hour time frame. And at that point, I'll be expecting a deeper pullback from Bitcoin with the 4-hour trend being lost. Okay, so now this is the 12-hour time frame divergence. How about the daily? Daily too, we can see that we have lower highs on RSI and higher highs on price action, to which the conditions remain the same. So we want to see this highest point here be maintained as the highest point, as well as price take out the lowest wick on the range, which comes in at around $22,314. If we do that, if price meets those conditions, that's when the bearish divergence triggers to the downside. Okay, we can then expect a deeper pullback. What is the next target on the chart for Bitcoin? Well, keep that simple as well. 20,859 is going to be the next target for Bitcoin, taking us back down to the range from where price is at right now to that region of support. That's going to be a good 9% to the downside. Alrighty, but this is immediate price action to look out for. So far, the bulls still have the edge. The only bearish tilt right now is going to be the divergence play. However, it has not triggered just yet. We need to meet the conditions of the divergence before we expect the next move to the downside. But yeah, this pretty much wraps up our Bitcoin analysis. We can now get into Cardano. Perfect. Now here we are, Cardano USDT. I'm going to try and keep this one relatively short because what's gone off is very simple. And I think keeping this simple is what's going to, well, keep us on the right side of the trade. Okay, now Cardano did sort of trigger a very important bullish signature on the chart, which could sort of allude to an overarching turn in this bearish trend. Okay, and this is it right here. I brought up the signature back in November, right before the FTX breakdown. But the signature was this: price action against the 4-day dynamic. Notice how ever since Cardano was propelled into its bear market, okay, that dynamic has been met with resistance time and time again. The bulls tried to take it out here and failed. Tried to take it out here, failed. Tried to take it out here, failed until now. This is the first time since the beginning of the bear market that Cardano bulls have actually managed to take this up past the dynamic resistance. Okay, not only break once, but 3 times. This is the third candle over the dynamic so far on the 4-day time frame. But now, does this mean that I would take a long trade right here? I think the best trade at entry to have on Cardano would be the retest of the dynamic, okay? So if I'm looking for trade opportunities on Cardano right now, it would be to get in at 34 cents. Okay, why am I not willing to get in right here? Well, because if I get on over to the weekly time frame, we'll get rid of all of these nasty squigglies on my chart and turn on the prevailing range of price action. So first off, notice how we're up against weekly dynamic resistance. But in addition to that, if I go ahead and put on my horizontals of support and resistance, okay, which have been derived, of course, from historic price action, you'll see that we're currently up against resistance at around 38 cents. Okay, but this was resistance even back during the bull market phase of 2021. There's going to be 2 possible trade opportunities on Cardano. Both are going to be long opportunities. I will not be looking at short opportunities anymore for as long as we're living over that 4-day dynamic signature. The first one is going to be 12-hour closes. Okay, apologies for my very, very messy handwriting. 12-hour closes over this region of resistance at around 37 cents. At that point, I do believe the trade opportunity is going to be from 37 cents going all the way up to 42 cents. That is going to be a good 12% to the upside still. Okay, the second trade opportunity is getting the trade on dynamic support. Once again, 4-day. Okay, put on the Mango dynamic. Dynamic support, guys, comes in at around 34 cents. Okay, a retest of the dynamic would be the next best trade opportunity if we get that meltdown. Okay, if we get a retest, that would be an excellent trade to be had. Okay, once again, ride it up to first stop 37 cents and then 42 cents. All right, question is, who's got the edge here? Is it the bulls or the bears on the lower time frames? Well, for that, you can see that we're struggling up against 38 cents. As soon as I start seeing, like I said, 12-hour closes over 38, I'm saying that the bulls have the edge. But if you want to get a better sort of clear gauge on who's got control here, the bulls or the bears, we'll get on over to the Mango dashboard. The dashboard, by the way, guys, can be found on app.mangoresearch.co. There is a 7-day free trial, which we just announced. So you guys can go ahead and take advantage of that if you want to give the premium features a test run. So if I go ahead and filter out Cardano from this list, you can see that on the 4-hour time frame, ADA USDT is still bullish. Okay, we got a long trend signal on this 1 day ago. Righty, volatility, however, at those very, very low levels, telling us that the consolidation is tight. And we're likely going to break out sometime soon. Usually, as far as the breakout is concerned, I err to the side of the trend. Because the trend is long, I'm saying that, okay, the bulls have the edge. If there's anything that happens here, the bulls actually manage to break resistance to the upside. But at what point does this bullish trend really break? Well, even for that, guys, keep it simple, okay? As soon as price basically breaks that 21 EMA Tenkin right there, there's a good chance that Cardano actually breaks down, okay? In fact, we're likely putting in a little bearish head and shoulders pattern, okay? A break of the 21 Tenkin will trigger the pattern to the downside. Where will it take Cardano down to? Well, let's go ahead and then plot this on the break. This will likely take us all the way down to 35 cents. Remember the bid that we're gunning for, right? This right here, 34 cents, guys, is the test of the 40 dynamic. I think that will be the best bid opportunity to actually catch on Cardano, and that's what I personally am gunning for on this chart. Okay, keep it simple, stupid, but for now, these are the two primary trade opportunities. One, if we break, 38 cents is going to be the bid. However, if we fall further down, then I'm going to be gunning for 34 cents on the bid. But so far, Cardano has finally triggered a macro bullish signature, telling me that the trend on this chart is changing. We're likely heading into reversal territory. Okay, so now this is the analysis on Cardano. I want to hear your thoughts. If you do have any thoughts, make sure to mention in the comment section below. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button because it goes a very, very long way for the channel. And also do subscribe. We're trying to get to 60,000 subscribers. So yeah, every subscribe now goes a very, very long way. And I hope you enjoyed this video. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.